to communicate. Some people you just can't reach. And I don't like it any more than you.
And we're live.
With all the information at our fingertips, how can we, the people, become more knowledgeable and then accountable? We need to step out of the information age and into the accountability age. Welcome to the Great Internet Debates Hot Topic, Hot Potato, Roundtable Discussion. Tonight is February 3rd. I think this is... welcome. I want to just say this: the hot topics that I'm introducing here is welcome to the Black History Month, number one. Day 14 of the POTUS. Does it feel different, everybody? And then I saw a 1776 T-shirt at the beach the other day with my daughter, and I was just thinking about the T-shirt sales and what they were like. And then stock shock. People are going through stock shock with those stock markets going up and down. And New Year's resolutions. We were talking about a little bit of food earlier today on this call before the show started, so we could talk about New Year's resolutions and diets and things like that if you like. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. And now we're going to introduce everybody. This is a bullpen of sorts, and we're going to laser focus your thoughts about a hot topic. And then basically we're going to have rounds. 1 minute rounds are on the clock. And then we're going to do the first hot topic. The first round is going to be basically your intro. The second is going to be a rebuttal. And then the third is going to be hopefully a conclusion or a bridge where we can see some kind of solution with everything. So this is a hot potato. I'm going to toss the hot potato like that. And... I am Jay Cohen, and welcome to the show. And I'm gonna just toss the hot potato over to Jedi Josh. How you doing,
Hello,
Jedi?
everybody. How's it going? The funny thing is, I'm Jedi. Good to meet you. I'm not going to take much time. I'm the tech guy on the show, the producer, and all-around digital shaman. And I don't really have too many hot topics. I think I'm just trying to get this show produced in a way that looks sexy and you know, maybe it'll make us $1 million one day. Who knows?
That's hot, baby.
Anthony.
Right. I'm Anthony Torino. I'm a comedian and screenwriter. I am watching the Republican Party fall apart on CNN today, so it's a delightful day for me. And being this is hot potato, now I'm thinking about baked potatoes with everything on them. So I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, Anthony.
Welcome back, Anthony.
I'm doing some other stuff.
I'm tossing it to Marvelous Marvin.
Here we go.
I'm Marvin Cohen, and I don't know what to talk about today. But I live in Salinas, California. And I have a nonprofit that I'm getting off the ground called Our World Peace Park to overcome prejudice through education.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's so much prejudice, even right now in the Congress. Look at all the prejudice going on there. And, if they can't get themselves cleaned up, how can the world get cleaned up? So we have to start right here and with ourselves and get everybody cleaned up.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Marv. That's a big swing out of the gate. I'm on board. Heck yeah.
Right here in River City. I like it. Pass the hot potato, Marvin. Right.
Lisa.
Thanks, Marvin. Hi, guys. Lisa Simpson here, 2020 and 2024 presidential candidate. I, too, am excited about the possible collapse, implosion of the Republican Party. They didn't stand up against the election fraud, so they're worthless as elected officials. And I'm excited for the Patriot Party, which just registered with the FEC. I will be applying with them as a candidate. And so excited to, do the wild card thing.
Nice.
Welcome
to the show. I love it.
We're stepping up. Presidential candidates.
Let's go. This is what it's like to be an American right here, everybody. Come on.
I'm afraid you're right.
You might as well step all the way up, Frank. Batter up.
All right.
So,
Love that first topic, Jay. Let's go. Black History Month. What's up?
all right. Well, it's Black History Month, everybody. You know, welcome to Black History Month.
How does that affect your daughter? I mean, how does that affect you, Jay? How does Black History Month affect you?
Yesterday, I watched a little video with her, and she was very excited that it was Black History Month, and she was very interested in the video.
Good.
And you know, and I appreciated what she was watching. It seemed to be fair. You know,
I think it's important to point out your daughter's mixed race.
That's what I was trying to say, Jay.
Like, yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, she's a beautiful young lady, and she's a half, I guess, African American and half me.
You're a Jew. You can tell people, Jay. We're not ashamed on this show. Thank you.
Half of me, she's half Jewish and half so it's a Blackish, I guess. Is that what that is?
I guess.
I love it. Good one, Jay.
She's a little bit Jewish. I don't know what the joke is.
Jay is obviously uncomfortable talking about race. All right, we know that now.
So no, I mean it was very tender and it was good. I mean, she's happy. She's just a happy kid, and that's what I want to have. And I think that's, you know, I live in a city. I live close to a city, Marina, California. Marina, California is like on the top 10. Was on the top 10 list a number of years ago, as far as being a multicultural community.
Yeah, it is.
And Fort Ord is right here, and they have a lot of different cultures that have, you know, come through and stayed. And then I used to go to international school in Frankfurt due to my father going to getting a postcard in the mail to have a working vacation overseas.
That's amazing.
And, he took advantage of that, and so I got to go over to Germany and live there. And went to an international school there, and I learned how small the world is. It's very small. And I went to a school in a class of 20 kids, or no, I'm sorry, class of 212 or something like that, graduating class from over 100 countries. Let's just say that. And then in Florida, I ran into 2 different people, and in California, I ran into another person after high school that I went to school with from that class. That's how small the world is.
Sure, I'm in it, Jay.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. And now I'm going to toss that. So that's what it means to me, and I appreciate it. And I love everybody, and you know, Black Lives Matter.
All right,
I'm gonna toss that over to Anthony since he's down in Alabama.
Yeah. So now that I'm in Alabama, of course, I've got to ask is where's White History Month? I don't see any White History Month. That's the stupid thing. They always. I have a joke about that. That if it doesn't say black in front of it, it's fucking White History Month. That's how it works. Because that is true.
That's not even funny. Okay.
That's kind of funny.
It is.
That's slightly funny.
Because it's so true. Yeah, I'm in Alabama. I'm actually from Alabama. I think I said this before in another podcast. I happen to be lucky enough in college at Auburn University to help write and build the monument in front of the Southern Poverty Law Center, which fights hate crimes.
Nice.
That's cool.
And I don't think I said before, but what was cool is I didn't get to go to the ceremony because I'm a therapist and a counselor, and one of my patients happened to be in the Klan, and he let me know that they would target my family if I went. So I did not actually go to this opening ceremony thanks to his warning. So that's life in Alabama.
Man, sorry to hear that. Jay, what's the first topic? Let's get rolling.
Well, does anybody else have anything to say about Black History Month? I mean, there's more to say. You know, there's a lot to say.
Why don't you phrase it like a topic and we can send it around the circle? Is Black History Month the same as it was 2 years ago? How about that?
Yeah, it's different.
Let me start it off. It's different. It's a lot different. It's like Black History Month was going strong, and Trump got in and then all of a sudden, Black History Month it wasn't as important. And then this last year, There was really no Black History Month. I feel like there was like the ramp up to Corona month. And I feel like this year there should be a much bigger, like, I don't know, showing of the Black History Month because, I mean, BLM, all the protests, riots, all the Black Lives Matter stuff has really like brought people out of the woodwork. So my projection, just a theory, is that we will see the rehash of old campaigns to boost the Black History Month. Generally speaking, by now, though, you've already started to see ads on TV. You've already seen ads for certain companies like the NAACP, the ACLU start doing big things. So anyway, it's a lot different. Who's next? I'm going to toss it over. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Lisa.
Ooh, there we go.
I've been a race relations humanitarian for 25 years. I do race relations work. I run a nonprofit to end racism by becoming one race, the human race. The people I usually roll with are Black people that have transcended the concept of race, and they actually get insulted, and they don't want me to refer to them as a Black human. So that's kind of who I roll with. I obviously have a lot of reverence for Black community and Black culture. Personally, I think it's kind of insulting to only have Black history be relegated to 1 month, and it should be a year-long intensive study. And we should also include the study of all the Caucasians who helped Black people in various scenarios, like helping to end slavery. And we should just all learn how all the cultures have all fought and died for each other, because we all have.
Right on. Yeah, love it. That's a really hot minute. So what I'm doing, if you didn't see at the request of Ms. Simpson, is when I switch over, I'm going to have a clock on the other screen too. But it's brand new, so the clocks won't match exactly. But I'm going to try and get them in there and do that the best I can. All right, anybody else want to grab that hot potato?
Marvin.
Yeah. I just want to say that my partner, Holly, she was reading today about the history of the human race. And the human race started a long, long time ago. Let's say 500,000 years ago, maybe longer. In the last 500,000 years, she was showing me that the original human beings were Black, because they came from Africa. And I asked her, I said, how did they become white? And she was saying that the article was expressing that back then there was a lot of ice and like the Arctic. Most of the planet was made of ice. And when they were there, the Blacks showed up really bad against the white ice. And I guess the sun lightened their skin for some reason. I don't know how it worked. And then we got into Europe, and the white people got to Europe, and I don't know why the Blacks never elevated themselves, and they just stayed in Africa, and the whites took over the world. And,
all right, that's your hot minute, Marv. Thank you. Okay, the little ancient history there. Jay's got one. Here's your potato brat.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh, shoot. So I like the parallelism going on right now in the universe with, oh my God, I lost my spot. The name of the girl, Gorman, the girl that's going to be performing this weekend, the poet.
Yeah.
Yes. And how she relates to Phyllis Wheatley, who I just learned about because I just was doing some research, and she was a poet from back in the day, and she was a young lady who was a slave back in the day, and then she finally set free, and then she was with this family that really took care of her, and she wrote some poems, and I want to read one of the poems real quickly in my minute. and it's very short. And it's called "Being Brought from Africa to America" by Phyllis Wheatley. "'Twas mercy brought me from my pagan land, taught my benighted soul to understand that there's a God, that there's a Savior too. Once I redemption neither sought nor knew. Some view our sable race with scornful eye. Their color is a diabolical dye. Remember Christians, Negroes, black as Cain, may be refined and join the angelic train."
All right, Jay.
Yeah, and then there was questions about that. So think about. So it's like, to whom is this addressed, and that idea does it convey? Is the tone rebellious or apologetic? How do you think that readers of the time of 1767 would have read that poem?
Wow.
How might it be read differently today? Do you think that the African American readers would have a distinctive reading? And how would you summarize the poem in your own words? What would you consider the key words and phrases of the poem? How would you describe your personal response to the poem?
Jay, you're not reading your daughter's homework, are you?
Sounds like it. I believe he is.
No, I'm paraphrasing from a website.
All right.
That
I'm with you.
And,
if you want to take a special pause, you can,
and,
but that's a hot minute.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I'm looking forward to this football season, the Super Bowl, and the young lady that's going to be speaking and doing the halftime poem, and I think that's really going to help kick off, the Black History Month, like you mentioned earlier. And that's my hot minute. Sorry it took so long. Back to you.
Man, somebody said we skipped Lisa Simpson's intro. Nah, she did her intro. She said she's running 2024. All right, so over to Anthony. Do you have anything you want to follow up on Black History Month?
Yeah. Speaking of the Super Bowl, we're going to see Patrick Mahomes, who is a mixed race kid, if I'm not mistaken, and he is going to be the starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Which I am old enough in my time to remember when blacks were not allowed to play quarterback in the NFL. I'm old enough. In fact, it wasn't until I was 7 years old that black people could play at the University of Alabama football team. That was 1971 or 72.
Okay.
So in my lifetime, I have seen a lot change, but we are still millions of miles away from equality and equity. And if we really want to solve the problem, we do need to have Black history taught all the time. And it needs to be taught in school. The actual Black history, not the whitewashed Black history, not the slavery was sort of like a maid and a butler thing. The actual history of what white people did, what Black people went through, so we can have appreciation, because we actually have people now, young people, that don't understand that Black people were owned by white people.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's intense. I don't think there's any rebuttals. I think we went around. Is there anything in specific that you were wanting to get out there? A message that you were wanting to say? Anybody on the topic? I'm still messing with my lighting. Sorry.
I think it's extremely dangerous to talk about the horrors of evil without any methods for healing. Any methods for dealing with trauma, and no pathway forward. I've literally been physically assaulted just for being white, and that's now a thing. So I hope everyone's real excited for the reverse cycling that's now happening, and that's what happens when you obsess about the horrors of the past, which do not exist in the same context. And there is slavery happening. It's happening in China. It's happening in Liberia and the Middle East. And the people that are talking about that enslavement are being censored. So there's a very weird focus on just one type of history and one type of enslavement. And now it's causing huge, it's opening the wound and it's not healing it. So it's just gravely concerning to me.
That's amazing. That's deep. Man, I don't think my plow goes that deep on this issue.
But how do you feel? How do we feel that we get to the next level though?
Okay, the bridge. Let's hear
How
it.
do we bridge it?
Well, I think Lisa is basically, she said, we need to move on. Anybody else got something different?
Yeah, of course we can't move on. Of course. We can't even, we refuse to admit that there's a cancer on our society that has been there since day one and continues to exist. So there you have, that'd be like going in and finding a cancerous tumor and then go, okay, we see it, and then sew the person up and go, now they're going to heal. It doesn't work that way. You have to cut it out. We have not stopped systemic racism. We have not stopped racism. Every now and then a white person gets beat up. Great. I'm great with that. It's a small price to pay. It is still, every statistical norm demonstrates that Black people are still discriminated against in this society, and every industry and every type of facet of society. So until we admit that, until we show how we built that system, until we destroy that system, we cannot attempt to heal.
Wow.
The idea, I'm a counselor for 25 years. You don't heal until you go back and look at what was done, why it was done, and the effects of what was done. Then you can heal after that.
And there's
Until
evidence.
then, we can't.
And there's a lot of
Trump
evidence.
supporters are now discriminated against in the exact same way as Black people.
That
Trump
is,
supporters.
that's ridiculous.
All
That's
right,
not
hold up,
true at all.
time out. We've said 2 rounds, you two in particular, on this topic. I think we're good. If you want one more, Jay.
What kind of reparations do you think the Trump supporters are looking for?
All right, that's a hot topic. Anybody got something on?
No, but I think that the wound is that it's still there, and we got to deal with the reparations of that and make it so that it's simple and civil, so that we can all agree to whatever that is and move forward. And I think that's the part that's the boiling salt in the wound type of thing that we need to discuss before we treat it. Yeah, that's the treatment. The treatment is some kind of fix, and we don't know what that is yet. We have to have that conversation. So maybe the human race, can talk about that.
Marvin, what's the solution?
Solution is that what my mother used to tell me before she died was that by the end of this century, there are not going to be any white people or Black people. They're all going to be tan.
That would be cool.
And that's what's happening now. If you watch the news on TV or anything, you're starting to see more Black and whites couples, and their offspring are going to be tan.
Right.
And there was something on the news tonight. I didn't get to watch it on the national news about the football players and the discrepancy between white and Black football players for the game that's coming up Sunday.
Super Bowl.
I recorded it. Listen to it. I don't know what else to say except that what I'm trying to do with our World Peace Park is to get everybody to learn about each other. And by learning about each other, they'll learn about themselves too. Because right now, from my understanding, the heads of all of these white supremacist groups, KKK and everything else, I know on 60 Minutes they had the head of the KKK who's a white minister.
Yeah.
And so they're using all these groups, I'm thinking are being run by the white clergy, of different denominations, because what they're doing is they have to, these gangs are there because they had bad childhoods and they need to have pat on the backs and
You're right, man.
You killed that guy. Oh, you did a great job.
Wow.
And we have to
it is a back pat economy.
Learn about themselves and start to like themselves. And then we won't have gangs anymore. We just have normal people. What bothers me about the United States is that one of the 3 things it says life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. The problem is that a lot of people, they're pursuing happiness and they're never happy. Look at Trumpy. I mean, he's got all this money and everything else. He's not happy with himself.
Right.
Putin, who runs Russia, he's not happy with himself. The little rocket man, he's not happy with himself. This
I think we're all on board with you, Mar, but I think we're at your hot minute. A little far afield on the Black History Month. So yeah, let's shift the gears. What so there's no more, I don't know. So we're back to normal? Is there not still riots every single night? Am I tripping? Yeah. Like there's a riot in America every fucking night of the week. That's not an exaggeration.
And there's riots.
What do you mean? What do you mean by riot? What do you mean? As far as a race riot or just a riot or what?
No, just protests. I say riot, but I'm saying like there's people protesting something different. Trump supporters are protesting. You know, BLM's protesting. LGBT's protesting. Excuse me, but
there's a lot of people in Russia protesting right now. That some guy that was in jail for 2 years. Yeah, that's crazy. People are protesting everywhere. Is that helping? Is protesting helping?
That's always been true. I'm sure Marv can tell you. I think I'm older than most everybody except Marvin.
That's a hot minute on it. Go for it.
The 60s was full of protest. Protest is what brings change. That protests are necessary. Protests are the most American thing you can do. As you see an injustice, you bring light to that injustice and hopefully you correct that injustice. What I think is funny is it's the Super Bowl, and I don't know if you saw Ben and Jerry's just ran a billboard with Colin Kaepernick, and they have a Colin Kaepernick ice cream flavor, which is fantastic. Here a man took the most passive approach to protest, and they just essentially lynched his ass, sent him out of the NFL, would not re-sign him. He's better than half the quarterbacks in the league, and he could not have been more wonderful representative of how to protest, how to handle yourself during a protest, and they just skewered his ass.
Murdered him.
And so when they started burning shit down, I was like, good, burn down everything, because you already tried the nice way. That don't work. So let's burn some shit down and kill some people. Let's see if we get there.
Okay, that's a hot minute.
Oh.
Okay. That's a hot minute. I'm producing shows, watching other shows, trying to figure some other stuff outside. There was a certain point in there I was like, this is getting spicy. But all right, so you're right. So Kaepernick got the chop because he took the knee. Lisa, it looks like you might have something to say on that topic. Yeah? You got a hot minute. Roll it.
Okay, so I guess we haven't gotten very far in ending racism. We also haven't gotten very far in ending murder. The murderous rage, because Anthony just constantly brings up killing people all the time. And, you know, at least Colin Kaepernick got a giant payout from Nike, and he got his face plastered all over himself, and he gets to market and brand himself, whereas all the Patriots have been censored, deplatformed, demonetized. We're all losing our livelihoods from actual peaceful protesting. I think the last successful protest was the Vietnam War by the hippies. That's why I love them so much. And I was an activist for 15 years. And I moved away from being an activist. I'm now a humanitarian. I feel like activism is kind of an evil, godless enterprise. It's really lost its way. I would love for it to get back on its path, but it does nothing good for nobody.
Right on. That's the get down. That's a hot minute right there. It sounds like we went back to the fourth. Was there a rebuttal there, Anthony? Or
yes, absolutely.
All right, we reset. That's your hot minute. Go.
Protests are responsible for everything good we have in this society. You'd be working 14, 16, 18-hour days if they did not protest with the unions and die. People forget, and our women died so you could be sitting here and able to vote, Lisa. They protested and died. Okay, union leaders were killed. Industry capitalism, they killed they tried to kill off the union thing. Otherwise, we would not have a minimum wage. We would not be working 40-hour work weeks. Everything that the black people have came from protests in the 60s with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and that type of thing. Everything comes from protest. And sometimes we are a murderous country. To pretend that we're not, we sit here and go, we don't believe in that yet. We are quick to jump on a plane, send our shitty troops with their Christian crosses to kill a bunch of poor brown people or a bunch of poor yellow people. We're quick as hell to do that. So to sit here and say that we're not a murderous country is nuts. And if you want to get the attention of a murderous country, start murdering some of them. That'll get their attention.
Okay. All right, Lisa, you look like you are a wound string. And let's see here. Let me get you back greened up. Here we go, and then go for it. You got your hot minute, madam.
Wasn't saying the country is murderous. I'm saying you have a murderous spirit inside of you. I mean, at least you're funny about it. So everything you just described, that's what the Patriots were doing on January 6th. It is our constitutional right to alter or abolish the government. And so if that's left open to interpretation. So you are the things you're describing, I agree with, Anthony, but then why are the Patriots in federal custody right now for walking inside of a building that they were literally waved into, and then they just stood inside? So you can't even have Americans stand inside of a federal building. In the meantime, Black Lives Matter and Antifa have been burning, looting, and rioting federal buildings for the last year. There is a huge hypocrisy and double standard. And I know that history because I used to be an activist, so I know all the history, but I have OSHA violations broken every day. The legal laws are horrible. My rights are trampled on every day. So those people died in vain as of this moment. And all of your examples, last point, they're all old. You haven't named anything that's happened since 1980s on that protesting has gotten us. Okay,
yeah, suffrage was a long time ago. And I don't even vote. What kind of woman am I? Sad. It's just sad. So yeah, that's a good back and forth. Marv, did you have anything specific on this topic, or?
Yeah, I have something to say. And you guys were talking about the United States wanting to promote peace. And the problem that is that we want to promote peace, but yet the number one export that the United States does is munitions.
True that.
War planes, etc. That's our number one export. And yet we're talking about promoting peace in the world. If we promoted peace, these companies wouldn't have anything to sell, would they?
Wow.
I love Marvin.
Dude.
I'm giving you a hug, a virtual hug, Marvin.
There you go. Throw it all in there. All right, Jay, that was 2 good rounds. I'm really impressed and happy, and the show is chugging like this is the most amazing crew that we've had. No offense to everyone else that sucked, but they did, and I really appreciate you guys for coming on. I mean, we've had musicians, lawyers, activists, actors, network owners. We've had all those types on, and you guys together have such an opposite view, but almost every conversation we're hitting a bridge, and I just want to thank you guys for that. Hey, Jay,
and can't you feel the sexual tension between us? Between you and me?
Hey, Anthony, come on the screen with the bathrobe. Then we'll see that.
It makes her blouse light up. It makes her blouse light up.
Okay.
Stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned.
All right, Jay. Do you have anything else on deck?
No, we just have to. Yeah, we have to admit our history and bridge it and move forward. That's for sure.
Okay.
So
that's that. Let's move on. New topic.
So I watch my friends dabble in the stocks. I talked to my son the other day. He was telling me that his buddy invested $6,000 into that. Did I mention this last week? $6,000 into GameStop. And then he came up like $24 million or something like this.
Your math is fucking terrible, but okay.
And then I just saw some other thing about a little kid and a mother teaching her kid how to invest, and he invested like $600 or $60 and got like $6,000 or something. So that was really cool.
That's
and so
closer
those are
to the
wonderful
truth.
wins.
It was 5,000 and it was 500, but yeah.
Yeah. So these are wonderful win stories. Learning about finances and life and things like that. And so I missed the boat with that, but I'm watching the Coinbase and the other things, so I'm kind of excited about the way things are going. But I'm not very keen on it all, and I'm still learning. Do you guys have anything to say about everything going on? And also the what is it? The Robinhood got shut down.
Yeah.
Robinhood got shut down.
Let's
And
talk about. I got a minute on that. You ready?
Let's talk. Yeah, give us some talk about that, guys.
All right. So this is what happened. The thing is that what Robinhood does is not stock investing, ladies and gentlemen. They do an options sharing, which is backed by the largest short sell hedge funds that have ever been made. And so you could imagine when the short sellers were starting to lose their money, they all said, no, we're first. So they took priority. So they were able to sell, and Robinhood were not, and their customers were not able to buy. That's because these are not SEC secured stock exchange whole stocks that they're selling. They're working off of options, and they're betting against both sides or hedging against the market. The truth of the matter is, Robinhood is bunk ass bullshit, and it's costing people their little 50, their little 30. Yeah, they got a fluke with this GameStop AMC run, but the truth of it, if they don't cash out, they're going to lose all of that too. So, Robinhood's bunk. If you want on a cheap ass system, get it Fidelity. It's free. That's my rant.
Nice.
I like to give it a shot because I've never invested in stock. And I'm watching this and having to read this and learn this as it went along. And I thought it was beautiful. I felt like the GameStop people were like, hey, watch us fuck up the economy, the stock market a little bit just because we can, which I absolutely loved. I would consider that a form of protest, Lisa, is they said, fuck the stock market, fuck rich people. I'm going to screw this up because it's imaginary money. It's an imaginary game. I hate it because you're not producing shit. Okay, you're playing with money. I think to make money, you should have to produce shit that helps society. These are rich clowns that it's a game to them where they shift money around, and it's an insider game. I think they say less than half the people have stocks, and I bet you of those people that have stocks, literally 1% are actual stock people. The rest are just dabbling in it to feel like they're American or a capitalist or some horse shit. But it's that 1% that really control it. I wish they'd bring that shit down completely. I was loving every second. I didn't even understand it, but I was loving it. I was like, bring it all down.
Just a clarity point, so we understand kind of collectively what was going on with that. Like I have Thinkorswim. It's TD Ameritrade. I also have Fidelity. I also have Webull. All of those are stock trading platforms that you can get in at a smaller rate. You don't have to be a Schwab, and you don't have to have a broker and all of that. And so anyone can trade stocks. The reality of it is I sit and watch this stuff from like about 6 in the morning till noon every single day, and then check back at 3:30. So I'm sitting here on it, so I can make my 8% return on $500. That's what I do. That's a normal trading pattern for someone who's starting out. What you have here is if you were on any of the other platforms, you kept trading. You kept trading. Why? Why is that? Oh, yeah, because Robinhood is not an actual stock trading platform. They are a money market management firm, and they are battling, their hedge funds versus all their little guys, and they just keep scooping out the little guys. This is my last thing on it. When you watch 250 million shares exchange back and forth, right? So 1 billion shares in 1 week on a stock that's only $1, okay? They are betting on 1 millionths. You got 0, 100. Those are pennies, right? 1,000ths, 1 millionths. So it'll be a bet like 1.0001. And they're going to say it will go up to 0.0008. And it happens with one sell. So they've made their millions of dollars. And then another hedge fund comes along, sells it down, and it pushes the price down. So it goes back and forth between millionths of a penny, exchanging every 1 minute is how fast my charts update. That's where the money is made in the stock market. Everybody else, just like Anthony said, they don't exist. This bullshit. Anybody else?
Lisa, anything?
I just
Marvin?
have to say this, that in 1974, I have a stockbroker's license. I had my stockbroker's license up until 2008. When the market crashed and a lot of my clients lost money, I gave up my stockbroker's license. Because I think if you're going to invest in something that's safe, that's got guarantees, and will grow. And not something that maybe, okay? I don't like maybes anymore.
Speculative.
And the life insurance, now the life insurance companies are selling what they call universal life. When I was younger today, and I had 3 kids, and I had a heart attack in 1982 when I was 40, and all of a sudden I was marketing for this company, and they said they would insure me with this new type of product, universal life. And by the time I reach 65, I'm going to have all this money.
Huh.
Well, I have to tell you that I'm a $100,000 policy that one of them was a $100,000 policy. And when I was 65, I did have money, but I didn't need it then. I wanted to keep the insurance. But inside the policy, it's guaranteed to increase every year, the premium, increase the policy. And so they kept taking my cash value out of the policy. So now I just got in the mail an expose, and it shows that I paid in $77,000 since I got the policy when I was 46. And I have zero cash value, cash value. And to keep the policy up, my premium is going to $700 a month. That's 7 times 12 is what, 8,400 or something like that?
Wow.
Now, if 8,400, I may outlive and pay in more than what the policy's worth. So today, when I sell people policies, there's another company that I bought a policy with years and years ago. My dividends today are more than my premium on that policy and that other policy, because it's a whole life policy.
Wow.
that builds cash value, and they're paying me interest on the cash value, and now my interest is greater than my premiums.
Huh.
So that's what I tell people about, guarantees. So
Okay.
I don't play in the stock market anymore because it's too dangerous, and you just throw money away. And right now, at my age, I just want to get debt free.
Okay.
So I don't worry about it.
I feel that. For the record, what I did is I saved all my side cash for 1 year, and it was $500. And then I put that into the stock market, and my plan is to grow that by 10% this year. By 100% this year. But then I'm going to times 10s it again the next year, times 10 the next year. So slow growth, like you said, minimal risk, not getting wild and crazy, spending thousands of dollars on each buy, just making my little $30 a day, $28 a day. It's a side job, not a real job. All right, Joseph, we got anything else? We're getting close, man. We're about 18 minutes.
I'm pretty good right now, but I think a lot of people are going through a New Year's resolution withdrawals. And I know earlier we were talking about food and dieting and things like that and exercising. And so I'll just throw that out there. I have my issues. I need to work out some more. I need to exercise. I need to, do a little bit more. But
I'm with you.
I think I'm doing all right. Marvin, I know my father lost 100 pounds in a year and kept it off over 20 years. And so if I know what to do.
Jay,
Marvin?
That is not a guarantee. What did Marvin just tell us?
I think the stress of raising Jay caused this poor man to have a heart attack and lose 100 pounds. I think that's what the real story is.
Okay. All right, folks.
Thank you.
This has been a great show. I want to keep it rolling. Maybe one more topic. Oh, we lost Anthony. or Jay or somebody.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm back.
Man, Jay, you. Okay. Now you see how the shots all shuffled?
No,
You can't tell?
everything's fine.
You took Anthony's shot, bro.
Wow.
Dick.
We're still live.
Get me next to Lisa so I can choke her. I got to murder somebody tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you guys are becoming besties.
I'm gonna put up a fight. Just
I think it's. She said, "I won't die for you. Get out of here." Okay, well, you know what? This is devolving. I want to talk about something real quick that I've been doing, just selfless promotion. I started a Twitch channel, and it's Jedi Joshua B. So twitch.tv/Jedi Joshua B. I'm playing Galaga. I have this cool video game I'll show you guys here in a minute, and reliving some childhood dreams here. Let me just show you my little game here. It's a miniature arcade game, and I'm playing it and I'm training to play it so that I can do a complete run through without dying, which is like almost impossible.
Right.
So it's going to take a year. It's going to take 1 year to do that. And then the other one is I'm producing music live, doing Ableton Live, and those are all on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm all over Instagram, Jedi Joshua B, across the board on every platform. Jedi Joshua BE. And let's see, I'm like, is there any other more shameless promotion I could do? Okay, there we go. I think that's the max amount of shameless promotion. You guys can't see it, but the lower third is showing my website. All right. Jay, was there anything else you want to do? I personally want to say, I think we're ready. I think Anthony and Miss Simpson are our first two contestants. And so I think homework for this week, Anthony, you come up with your 3 topics you want to debate. Lisa, you come up with your 3 topics you want to debate. And I'm ready to move into, we'll do a pre-recorded version of the show coming up over this next few weeks. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I'm ready whenever they're ready.
All right. I'll be doing emails this week with Anthony and Lisa, getting them to get our things. And Marv, if you're available when we shoot it, we'd love to have you on as a judge and as a guest panelist. So I'm pretty stoked, Jay. I know we had a light January because you've been hella busy. What's the future hold? Go ahead, man.
The show goes on. You know, we have open enrollment continues with Obamacare. They're going to open the doors, I think, for the rest of the country up next week or something. But California's, the light's already been on, so we just keep on trucking because we've been doing that.
Right.
I did. Let's see what I was going to say. I was going to say that I think Anthony. The last thing I want to say is that, you know, this is day 14 of the president being in office, and I think did we even talk about this on air? Because I think we were talking about this stuff before we got on air. So did we even get into this? Because I don't remember.
We did not.
Okay, so since you know, we have a young lady running for president here, we might as well talk a little bit about the politics. Day 14, the office of the president of the United States, President Biden now. What do you got? What were you talking about earlier?
Well, I've got my first area of debate with Lisa is actually, would young lady be accurate?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. What was your question again? I'm so sorry.
So yeah, you can have a debate with the young lady here whenever you want. No, but the you were talking about the Republicans and everything going on in Congress and some losing going on.
Yeah, you know what's driving me crazy is this push for bipartisanship. Okay, we got people saying that Jews started the wildfires in California with a laser from Mars or whatever.
No way, that's not real. No one said that.
Where did you hear that?
I don't want to.
It's not Jews, it's dues with a D. It's a direct energy weapon.
Oh, she's serious.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I don't want to pair up with these people. You can't. Like they killed what
I love you guys.
They killed 6 or 7 people at the Capitol. It's like, hey, let's don't kill anyone. Hey, let's kill 7 people. Well, let's find the middle ground. Okay, we'll just kill 3.5 people. I don't want to find the middle ground with these idiots. Biden is pushing this stimulus through on his own with just the Democrats. Great. That's what has to be done. He said he was going to do it. Let's do it. We are not going to be able to work with people that believe crazy shit. That's not going to work. We can't have an agreement when someone's saying, hey, let's feed the hungry, and the other one's like, hey, let's eat our own shit. We can't work out a compromise with those people.
Okay.
So,
before we get too far off of rails, I guess we're doing final rants. Lisa, you want to do a final rant?
Yeah, I love Anthony's anti-Semitism. Jews. It's dues. And I understand. Yeah, we're having a clash of the batshit crazies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's where being a Christian comes in handy, because I'm actually mentally and physically, emotionally able to talk to crazy people, kooky people, even people that hate me. I'm very successful with Antifa and BLM, despite the fact that they hailed Satan to my face. They pushed me. They said they wanted to rape me. You know what I mean? So I'm willing to work with people who actively talk about my rape, my murder, who absolutely hate me. They don't even know me. They won't have a discussion with me. And, I consider that like a superhero skill. And I would just love to encourage you, Anthony, to consider talking to absolutely kooky, crazy people. I know you can do it. I know you got the skills, and I'm honestly honored to debate you on the show.
Wow.
As long as we can have a plate full of babies, so we can eat babies while we're talking about it, we're more than happy.
God.
There's much simpler ways to be a cannibal, Anthony. I mean, you can eat bodily fluids. You don't have to go in for the full flesh thing. Just a little bit of your own. Just have a little bit of your own, Anthony. That's all.
Just little baby fingers. That's what I like. I like to start with the fingers and work my way down.
Better than fingers covered in babies. All right, so we ended on a dirty note. I'm okay with that. Do we want to do a round of?
We shouldn't talk about politics again.
Hail Marys? Oh, shut up.
Hot topic.
Okay. No, we're 10 minutes. Let's do the glad handing, advertising. Tell people about websites.
All right. So let's see if I can share my screen today.
All right. Let's see.
Oh no, it's not ready.
You are the host. You should just click share. Down at the bottom, there's a green button and has an arrow. You click the arrow. So hover over Zoom, click share, share screen. That's it. I'll fix it. Don't worry about the shot. I'll get it. Well, you have started sharing your screen, but you have not selected.
So here it is.
There we go. Let's see. Jace, internet is slower than Methuselah. He's been dead for 2,000 years. Or 3, wasn't it? Okay.
All right. Well, this
4 or
is what
5
I had on the screen,
then.
so we'll just finish it off here. We have a few 10 influential African Americans here. We'll finish it off here.
All right.
With this here. We got
I dig
Martin Luther
Let's see how to make it look good.
Jr.
Here we go.
Am I sharing it?
Yeah. You're live with your share, buddy.
Martin Luther King Jr. right here. He was born around my time. You got Rosa Parks. I like this story. Muhammad Ali right here. Frederick Douglass. It's he and
He's taking out with Trump.
Abraham Lincoln. That was named after the week. It was a week in the beginning. It was just 1 week, and then they moved to a whole. Ford made it. It went to a whole year, or a whole month. I mean, a month.
Right.
The shortest month, by the way.
Yes,
that's a good point.
That is interesting.
It doesn't start with the end of it is like President's Day or something.
Right.
Jackie Robinson. Yep. It was Abraham Lincoln. Harriet Tubman.
Going to be on the 20th.
How do you say this person's name?
Sojourner Truth.
Thank you. Langston Hughes, Maya Angelou. And this guy is the one that put this thing together here. And then, yeah, my daughter's name is Jazz
You're not going to say
Maya.
the guy's name? You're stealing his content. You're not even going to say his name, bro. Come on.
Nick Irvin.
All right, here we go. Keep moving.
All right.
All right, unshare your screen.
Here we go. And then I just want to introduce,
okay.
This is Lisa's website. I
There
just
we
found
go.
this. I don't know if is this the official website?
It is. Thank you.
Here we go.
And
Roll
so
it, buddy.
I
Yeah, I got
got
Martin
Lisa's,
Luther King on there.
huh?
I got Martin Luther King on there.
Nice.
Oh, .us.
Right
Lisa
there.
Simpson 2020.us. I was looking for your website all week. I couldn't find it because I was looking at .com.
What else do I have here? Nope, I got MLK. Let's see. Okay.
All right, you're just clicking
Let's
stuff.
see here. And this is our website here. This is our YouTube page. So when you get some time, you guys, go to our website and then click on this little circle at the bottom on the left, and you'll get to our page.
Hey,
And you can
Jay.
see all of our past, and you can see us live right here.
Yeah, we're live right now. Do not click that live button, whatever you do not click it. But also, because I don't want audio feedback, but also you posted the YouTube on the Facebook, and it got like 2 subs. We got 2 subscribers from that. So good work, dude. Keep it going.
Okay.
And if anybody else has YouTube, please climb on there and subscribe. It was probably just us that subscribed. But oh well, we're up to 14. We only need 100 with 1,000 hours, and I watch every show. So basically, within 1 year's time, we should be monetized. So we're doing pretty good.
I'll
If you
get
want
you
to,
guys there sooner than that.
all right,
I
okay.
hope so.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I can do it because I'm gonna get some of those short shorts like Lisa
Oh.
and some knee socks, and I'll take an 8x10 of me, and we'll put that up there, and that should really.
Oh, I don't know.
And
I don't
you
know.
know tactics. I'm sure you have your skills that I can't employ.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay.
All right, Jay, switch it up, bro.
Well, hey, I just want to say thank you.
Unshare,
I just wanna
unshare.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming in to the show tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did, and it's gonna keep getting better. We're keeping improving, and any notes you have or suggestions you have, please bring them in, throw them in, put your messages, comments. Don't forget to like us, get your notifications, subscribe to us, all that kind of stuff, Facebook and all that jazz. Yeah, and then go Bucks or not, or go Buck yourself.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was an amazing show. Same time next week, and I'll be sending you guys emails out to get ready for the great internet debate, the game show.
Yeah.